Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
Tommy, a little exercise here. The Royals are officially baseball's worst team right now, by record. You know, I think that most would still say the A's are worse, but not by record anymore. As the A's continue a win streak, they're now on a 7-game win streak while the Royals are on an 8-game losing streak. I went and looked at this. So the worst team in baseball last year was the Nationals, who won 55 games. The Royals are on pace, I believe, to win about 44. So significantly worse than the worst team last year if things played out this way. And we talked a lot yesterday. Salvador Perez, by the way, on the trade block, and then it brought up a whole conversation that sparked a lot of interest. So I do think this is relevant now on the day that this happens. I just, man, it's really bad. And what is there right now that gives us hope that it's going to get better? I think there are still players that you feel like will probably play better collectively, but it's not like they're unlucky right now. They're just flat getting beat in just about every way they can get beat, and that's demoralizing because they weren't supposed to be this way. Like, Washington last year was supposed to suck, right? Like, we knew that was going to happen. We didn't think the Royals were going to be good this year. You know, with best case scenario, they would, remain around 500, 3-4 months into the season. I mean, they're not even close to that. And, like, the ripple effects of this are so fascinating because of the stadium talk, because you just made all the changes in the coaching staff and front office and all of those things, and it got worse. And I just, I'm having a really hard time. Like, can you hit the reset button and then quickly hit the reset button again? I mean, I guess you can, because if it stays like this, I don't know what else you do.
You're going to have to. I agree with your assessment that they're not unlucky. But what I will say is that they are incredibly unclutch. I'm not sure if unclutch is a word or if I just made it up, but they're like the least clutch team I think I've maybe ever seen. When there are situations for them to deliver and come through, they never do. They literally never do. So I'm not sure that that's a talent thing or a lack thereof of talent, a talent deficiency, or, that these players aren't good in some cases, whatever it is. They just can't deliver. And, I think that goes back to a little bit of what we talked about yesterday on the shoulders of Quatrero potentially and the coaching staff. But for whatever reason, I'm not sure if it is between the ears or what the situation is. They don't deliver ever. They're 31 games under 500 as of last night. The Oakland A's, which, by the way, I'm not sure if you saw any clips of that game last night with Oakland. Yeah. That was pretty incredible to watch. They're now not the worst team in Major League Baseball, and it happens to come on the night where 28,000 plus show up to the Coliseum to support them. For as good as that was for the fans of Oakland, on the flip side, it was even worse for the Kansas City fans because now the Royals are the worst team in baseball.
Are they the worst? They have the worst record in baseball. They're not the worst team in baseball. Oakland is still the worst team.
You are what your record
baseball.
says you are.
I understand. Would you trade roster for roster right now?
I think there are a couple of pieces on the Oakland roster that I think I'd rather have right now.
Like who?
I like Rooker a lot. He's a guy I wouldn't mind having on my team.
You're not trading roster for roster because you got Bobby Witt Jr. and Pasquantino. You're not doing that. But in totality, it does matter. Like that's one of the worst parts too is there's not a lot on that Royals roster to write home about. which doesn't make any sense, right? Because they've been in this rebuild now for 5-6 years. How do you not have anything on the roster when you've been doing this for that long? I mean, it's like a tragedy of misevaluation of players. Like, how can you get it that wrong for that long? And teams do that, by the way. That's not unique to the Royals. Teams do that. But the difference is a lot of those teams can spend their way out of it. And that is the only thing that the Royals are going to be able to do. If you're trying to put a stadium downtown, like literally the only thing that they can do that gives you any hope to winning baseball over the next 3 years is to spend your way out of it. And teams do it. Like, teams do spend their way out of mismanagement. The Rangers are doing that right now. Now, the Royals are never going to be able to spend at that level. But they got to do something because they're not, like, they don't have anything there that's going to help them anytime soon other than Bobby Witt Jr. and Vinny Pasquantino. And we know in baseball that's not nearly enough. So how are you going to spend your way out of it, John Sherman?
Right.
Like, you want to put a stadium downtown. That's your only option. That's it. That's all you can do. It's not like you can invent these good players. Yeah, they're going to have high draft picks over the next few years. They don't have a good track record with high draft picks.
Right. 100%. And I got this last night from the Royals Farm Report on Twitter. And this is what they say. In year 6 of the rebuild, the Royals have no top 100 prospects. Their former 4th overall pick is not pitching. Their former 7th overall pick is an A-ball. Their former 9th overall pick is also an A-ball. Their former 2nd overall pick is battling a wicked sophomore slump. And their former 18th overall pick has an ERA over 6 in his 4th big league season. So these were all high draft picks that the Royals have that either are not producing at the level that they should in the bigs, or they haven't even advanced through A-ball as of this point, and they have 0 top 100 prospects in Major League Baseball. I don't know if this happened because I didn't really follow it, but when Matheny and Eldred and that entire purge and Dayton Moore, when they all left, I don't know if they purged the farm director department also, or the scouting department. They got to do a much better job at that moving forward if there is going to be any hope with their franchise.
Is Bobby Witt Jr. really in a wicked sophomore slump?
I just quoted what the Royals.
I know.
Farm
No, I know.
said.
I'm not saying you are, but there's a perception of that. I want to talk about that because I don't think that's as bad as people are making that out to be, and it's starting to bug me. Let's talk a little Bobby Witt Jr. when we come back. Because he is it. Like, he and Pasquantino are it right now, it seems like, for the future. People are acting like he is just having a terrible year. And I don't know that that's the case or fair. We'll talk about it. We'll come back. Sports Daily. 869-1240 is the IHOP hotline. Royals fans, you happy with Bobby Witt Jr.? You think he's fine? What's your level of concern? We'll talk about it next.
I replaced all my Lululemon shorts with Bird Dogs. Bird Dog shorts do the exact same thing, but fit way better. They actually look like khaki shorts, so I can wear them all day for my morning hike or bike ride to the bar. I can't stop wearing them. Join over 1 million guys who discovered the best shorts on the market. Go to birddogs.com/MLB and enter promo code BASEBALL for a free baseball hat with your order. That's birddogs.com/MLB. Promo code BASEBALL for a free hat. You won't want to take your bird dogs off. We promise you.
Prepare for a righteous reckoning in the new season of the HBO original series, The Righteous Gemstones. When the spoiled gemstone children finally get their wish to take control of the church, they discover leadership is harder than they imagined, and that their extravagant lifestyle comes with a heavy price. Starring Danny McBride, John Goodman, Edie Patterson, and Adam Devine. Watch the all-new season of The Righteous Gemstones this Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Max. Subscription required. Visit Max.com for details.
Looking for an adventure? Find yours in a Toyota truck. Like a Tacoma, the ultimate off-road machine. With available crawl control, you'll tackle anything in your way. Or an electrified Tundra with more power than ever before and a spacious high-tech cabin that puts you in charge. Or go with the legendary 4Runner, always reliable and durable over the toughest terrain. No matter your adventure, Toyota has you covered. Visit buyatoyota.com for more and let's go places.